What is up, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. So currently we're up here at Centerville Skate Park, but it's raining like a lot, so we can't ride. So what better of a day to do a tutorial than when it's rainy and you're at a park and you got flat ground. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do Oreos. Oreos is such a cool trick that nobody does anymore. I don't know why. It's a cool trick. So if you guys learn how to do Oreos from this tutorial or just land an Oreo, tag me in the clip on Instagram. I want to see it because I want to see people do this trick more often because it's cool. But let's get into tip number one. Alright, so tip number one, just like in all my tutorials, I tell you guys, you got to know which way you're going to ride. If you're going to ride goofy or regular, you got to know this because this is going to determine which way you lay the scooter on the ground to initiate the Oreo. So because I am goofy, I'm going to be turning my bars this way. So picture it as if your hips this way, you're throwing your bars that way. So it's going to be going to your butt side. So first thing for me, I'm riding goofy, throw the bars down like that. That's the first step. Now if you're regular, you're going to be standing with your butt on this side of the scooter. You're going to be turning to your hip, and it's going to be going down to the ground like that. That's tip number one. Let's get into tip number two. So tip number two, after you decide which way you're going to be doing this trick, you got to decide which foot you're going to be taking off. This is crucial because whichever foot you take off first is going to determine which foot lands on the other side. So, for example, if I take off my front foot right here, stomp on the bars, this foot is now used. I have to transfer this foot over here. So that's what it's supposed to be, but if you use your back foot, you're done. Because you're going in backwards. It's not going to work. So, because I ride goofy, I'm doing it from a goofy perspective because that's what I normally ride. So I'm going to throw it down to my butt side. We're going to step on the bars, and right here is a stable position. Really, you're not going to fall right here because it's kind of like a triangle, and you're stable. So then all you're going to do now is just lift up your back foot, stomp, and right there, you see how the deck flips up? It flicks, and it really wants to go around. It's really not that hard to get it to flick. All you're doing is just putting a little kick into it, and the deck flips over. What it's doing is it's hitting the ground and using the front plate of your deck, and it's flipping back and forth. So you can literally do this as many times as you want, just get used to it. So do this, flick it, and just find that flick point, which is like the best thing you can do. So that's tip number two, find the flick point. Now tip number three, what we're going to do now is talk about crossing over the scooter. So once you actually get that flick to come around, you're going to be jumping over the scooter like this and getting on the other side. So I'm going to show you one real quick, just so you know exactly what I'm doing. So again, throw it down, flick it, we're getting ready to flick it, it's going to flip like that, and then we're hopping over. And then we're on the scooter like we normally would be, but we're backwards. So, remember, tip number three, right here, we're going to throw it down. Once we get to flick, what we're doing is we're hopping over the scooter like this. So, all one motion, we're going to be hopping over. So practice this, staying on your bar, hopping over. So then when it comes to actually flicking it around, you're going to be able to actually be on this side of the scooter. So, let's flick it back. We're right here. We're staying on the scooter like triangle. Push the bars down, flip it over, and just take that foot over and keep it on the deck. Once you're at this point now, all you got to do is take this foot down, and you're already back on the scooter. Now you lift it straight up like this. You've landed the trick. And then you just 180 out. That's basically the trick in like a nutshell right there. Now we're going to break into each step individually so you guys can understand exactly how like the fundamental of the feet stance really matters. So let's get into that right now. Okay, moving back into tip number one, which happens to be picking the stance goofy or regular. You're really going to want to take it to the side of your butt, so when it goes to like spinning the bars, you're going to want to go out to the side, whichever way you're standing. So I'm staying with my right foot in the front, my left foot in the back. My right hand is going to be staying on the bar the entire time. So my left hand is going to be coming off, letting go, and we're kind of like doing a bar twist. So it's like you're twisting the bar to the side like this, and just letting your hand rotate. Just a little bit. You're just rotating just a little bit, just enough to be there. And what's happening while you're doing this, you're moving your front foot up the bar. So all in one, it's going to look like this. Right there. So now we're comfortable, we're chilling, everything's super, you're not going to fall like this basically. So once you're right here, you're just like, you can pick it back up and it's just like a normal scooter stance. So all you're doing is literally just practice doing that a couple times. With your foot, your right foot, if you're goofy, right there. And then if you're regular, you're gonna be putting your left foot on the ground and then just practice doing it like this. Just getting that motion of putting it on the ground, standing right here, getting comfortable with that right there. But now let's move on to the fundamentals of step number 2. Alright, so step number 2, fundamentals. When it comes to actually like kicking and flicking the scooter up, it's not that hard depending on what kind of scooter you have. If you have enough space right here that it flicks down, it's really gonna be easy for you to actually... That was the longest thunder ever. So, let's back to it. Now, so when it's over here and you're getting ready to flick it, you want to put a little bit of pressure. You're not like killing the scooter. Like you're not like doing that. You're not stomping really hard. You're just giving like a little flick, and it's just getting it to flick up like that. If you can get it to flick up, you're gonna be able to get it around. And then you can also use your back foot to kind of guide it, because your back foot's there to kind of help guide it around. So we're gonna push down with our front foot, carry over with our back foot. Front, back. Let's get on to the fundamentals of tip number 3. Alright, so the fundamentals of tip number 3 are pretty simple, but it is also the hardest part of this whole trick, because you're actually having to hop over and transfer your weight to the other side and then hop back up backwards. So once we're already right here, we've already put our bars down and then we flicked it over. It's now flicked. What we're doing is just moving over top of our scooter right here. So I'm going to show you guys from this angle so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So we're riding up. I'm going to take my foot off just to show you. Putting our scooter down. We're on our bars. We flick it over. I'm going to try to do it as slow as I can. So I'm flicking it over right here. We're going to pick up our scooter deck while we flick. And it kicks over and this foot transfers over. All we're going to do now is just put our foot down. Pull this hand back up with our other hand. And then we're just going to hop out. That's really all this trick is just hopping over your scooter. Once you can get that part down, you're going to be able to do this trick pretty much anywhere. You can add in a trick combos and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a couple, slow-mo it down so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, had to jump in here real quick and give you guys a quick tip, which happens to be barn choice. If you ride metal barns, you're going to last a lot longer. But if you ride plastic barns, you're going to get more grip and the trick's going to be a little bit easier. But you're gonna be going through your barns a lot quicker. So also don't do this, don't do this with no barns. That's not cool or good. You're gonna ruin your bars. But I had to jump in here and tell you guys that, so let's get back to the tutorial. Alright guys, that is going to end the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I really do hope you learned how to Oreo, because like I said before, nobody does this trick anymore, and it's such a cool trick. Like, I really wish more people did it, but hopefully you learned it. If you did, make sure to tag me in your clip on Instagram. I really want to see it, and I know you guys can learn it, because it's not that hard of a trick. So, if you guys need any other trick tutorials, comment them below, and I'll make sure to do them. But I do have a ton on my channel already, so if you haven't seen those already, check them out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.